Alright guys, welcome to this episode on what I like to call it the SMA to the rescue. As you can tell, the market has changed again and now it's trying to find new patterns, and a lot of people are not trading because they're trying to figure out what's going on, what the market is doing. But at Managed Trades, we already seeing the pattern and we're already starting to find out what direction the market is going. So if you follow along, you will see what we saw. Before, the 9 used to work really good. Now for some reason it's just not doing it as much. But for right here, you have a 50. Oop, I didn't do too well on that one. That's the 50 SMA. Then you got the VWAP, and which is the purple. Then you got the 200, which is the dotted line SMA. The 400. I know it's not exactly the best way to write with, and the 600. This will help you find out what it is that the market is doing. These are all SMAs, simple moving average. Excuse my writing here. So the pattern is pretty much the same as all the other ones. The hit and run and 50% is you got the 50 pulling away while the VWAP is between the 50 and either the 2 or 4 or 6. So whenever the market pulls away, it likes to come right back to one of these lines. Okay, it pulls back out and it hits this area again, and then it comes up to this area and respects it. Okay, so this is one of the 3 areas that it likes to go back to once it pulls away. If it's up or down, as the 50 pulls away and the VWAP is in between, it will do a pullback to it. If the VWAP is not there, like for example, if VWAP, let's say, is following down here right with the candles, then there'll be no pullback. Okay, it has to be where the 50 pulls away from the VWAP and the VWAP pulls away from the 2, 4, or 600 SMA. Okay, let's see if I can break out of this one. Alright, here you got PDD, same thing. You got the candles are doing its thing, and see how the VWAP is glued to the 50? There's nothing really there. Nothing happens. It's like there's no, even though it is respecting the 400 and the 600, there's no move because the VWAP and the 50 are not separating. So that's how you can tell if there's something going on. Alright, let's go to the next one. SBGL. Same thing. The market is moving up slowly, but the VWAP is glued right to it. But now watch how this VWAP right here, I'm going to bring in my drawing sign. Notice how the VWAP is slowly starting to get away from the 50. The 50 is the blue one right here. The VWAP is getting away from it. And what happens when the VWAP separates from the 50, watch what the market did. It took a dive right to the 400. Okay? Because the VWAP is letting you know that when the 50 breaks away from the VWAP, it will have a pullback, or pull down, or pull reversal up. One way or the other is going to go back. That's your guide. The VWAP is your trigger of seeing where the market is going. Alright, so here we have again the market, but check how it's respecting even even if the VWAP and the 50 are close together. Look how it's respecting those lines. There's the 400, respected the 200, respected the 400. These are not trades that we can do, but it's showing you that it's respecting them. Your trade comes in when the 50 breaks away from the VWAP. Once you get that big separation, then you're looking from what, 22.4 or around there, back up to 22.7. So you got yourself a nice little run there, and this time it stopped at the VWAP, but it could have continually easily gone to the 400 or the 600. In this case, it stopped at the VWAP. You make your money, you get out. These are all hit and run strategies. And then it pulled away again, and here you go again. You got the 50 over here, the VWAP is on top. What does it do? It pulls away from the 2250 area right back to the 2270. It's a 20-cent run. And there it goes. Okay, there's your hit and run strategies there. Alright, so here we have a nice little run together. The VWAP and the 50, they're all entangled. Nothing's going on. And then it decides to take a pull to the upside. Okay, But watch this. The VWAP is way down here. Oop, I need to draw this. The VWAP is far away, so it should do a pullback, but nothing is always 100%. So even though it did a reversal from $11.60 down to $11.40, that's still a pretty good run. It never really made it to one of these lines, and it decided to go right back up again. And it did a little dancing, and then it pulled back to the 400. Okay, crossed the 200 here, didn't even respect that one, broke right through, and then bounced off the 4. Always those lines are the ones that it respects. Nothing works 100%, but it sure gives you a heads up that something could be coming. Okay, these are all trade moves that you can take for shorting and stuff, or going long, depending on what your strategy is. All right. Now the yellow is the 9, but we're not using that. For some reason the market is not respecting that. So just look at the blue line. So the market pulls away. The candles that pull away from the 50. That's a definitely, you're not going to be some kind of reversal. So it went from what, 25.34 right back to 24. Oops, sorry, 25.45 maybe around there, and decided to go back to the VWAP. And the VWAP, it went right back, slowly working its way back up to the 600. Because you got yourself a pull, you got too much separation between the VWAP, the 50, and the candles. So even back here, even when the market was doing nothing, it pulled right up, bounced off the 4, right up to the 6. These are the ones that the market is respecting right now. All right, so you have a nice little, everything's working together. VWAP is close to the 50, nothing's happening. But as soon as the VWAP breaks away, that's when you need to start paying attention to it. Because the market then it starts respecting it, and it went right back to where? 200 SMA. It started dancing around the 200. So if you would have seen this coming, you can start paying attention to it. That if you would have caught it around here, about 2060 cents, or give or, and it went right back down to 2050 cents, 52 cents. So you got a 10-cent run right there on that one. Okay, then it starts dancing around the 200. Alright guys, so this is what the market is doing right now. It's respecting the 200 SMA, the 400 SMA, and the 600 SMA with the VWAP as the trigger. And I use the 50 as my gauge. So as the candles pull away from the 50 pulls away from the VWAP, the candles will like to go back to the 200 SMA, 400 SMA, or 600 SMA. If you get that thing set up on your 1-minute chart, you might get yourself some nice little trades there to work on. Alright guys, enjoy.